Welcome back to Save My Planet. In today's global economy, stores are full of stuff that's made all over the world. These products have to get to their destination somehow, and they're usually packed into big shipping containers and sent overseas. Since it's cheaper to make a new container than to send an old one back, these steel boxes are often just stacked up and left for garbage. Well, one guy in Thailand found a way to put those old containers to use and solve a local housing problem at the same time. Let's go to Bangkok and take a look.
I believe that, architecture is a tool to solve social issues. What I want to do is to create low-cost, high-quality, affordable housing. I can't even imagine how many containers there are around the world. But even what we're seeing here, not being used at the moment, there are probably a couple thousands here. One lucky thing about container is that the steel that container are made of, it's basically the best quality steel money can buy. What we want to do is basically trying to reuse some of those unused items and appropriate for some other purposes like a house. So basically imagine these two containers, being turned to a home, a bedroom up on the overhang on top like that, with the ceiling and floor cut out to make a double height living space, and the stairs up, and the lower part can be turned to a living room, maybe a kitchen, dining room towards the end. That these two containers make a nice home.
Okay, but it's still a shipping container. How are you going to turn that into a house?
So basically, this is what a container is. It's really a steel box, but it is a very strong steel box. The floor is marine plywood, so it is quite strong and it's actually moisture resistant. This is what a container looks like inside. It's really just wall corrugated metal. What it is to turn this into a home, just imagine if you cut open, a section of steel. And, imagine the door. Imagine if this entire wall get cut out, right? And another container is right next to it so that it become a wide room. This one house that we're designing is actually a very large house for someone who actually can afford a large home. But his real concern was that he wants this home to be as green as possible. It's actually designed so that there's a lot of cross ventilation inside the home itself. So I believe this home will actually become cool enough not to have to use air conditioning at all. There is a roof up front that basically used to collect rainwater and actually goes into the reservoir because a lot of rainwater now in Thailand go to waste, especially in the city. Everyone at every level in Thailand is starting to concern about the issue of eco-design and sustainability. Wood in Thailand is very hard to find now, and the production of concrete consumes so much energy.
Chuta's homes are also prefabricated, which saves even more resources.
Prefab saves a lot of material because instead of building everything one by one on site, we use industrial process, of building and make it everything in a factory, then just move it on site to be installed. One of our first clients is actually a mushroom farmer who, instead, he can't afford to build a house with real wood in Thailand anymore because wood is so expensive.
Chuta's client needed a place to live 3 days a week while running a small business, and a shipping container home provided a lot of benefits.
เนี่ยครับก็คือมีโครงการเกี่ยวกับการลดภาวะโลกร้อนใช่ไหมฮะ if he doesn't live here anymore, he can actually just move this structure somewhere else. And one of his other concerns is that there's no termite problems, which is a problem in Thailand. This house was built around the concept of 4 R's, right? Reduce, reuse, recycle, and renewable. One of the first thing we use is basically reduce. Like this house is quite small. It's enough for just a family of 3. This is the area where it's multi-purpose for him that he can use as living area, but it's also kind of like a facility where he actually packs his mushroom. And this is another container here. It's a little bit offset so that we can have a prefabricated bathroom on this side. We decided to select aluminum windows because most of the aluminum is recycled. And the floor itself, even though it's coated on plastic on top, the bottom part is made from recycled wood.
And how's this for being both green and practical? Chuta designed a gray water system to help irrigate the mushrooms.
So this water basically, after it's being used, right, it's going to this gray water septic system, which actually get treated, and actually the water itself gets sprayed automatically out into the field. This is quite interesting. She automatically turned off water when she's soaping. You know, that's the reduction in water consumption. You know, that's actually a great thing, and it's quite natural for her to do this stuff.
มีที่ว่างอีกหลายอย่างก็น่าสนใจที่จะเอาตัวนี้ไปลง
So there are a few friends that's been asking a lot about, you know, potentially if they have a piece of land, they would just want to build something like this also.
ถ้าเกิดนั่นจริงๆแล้วก็ถ้ามี
Yeah, if he has money, he would like to do it again. Larger scale.
เพราะจริงๆแล้วตอนนี้ผมเอาคอนเซ็ปต์ผมอยากจะทำเป็น2 ชั้นด้วยกัน
Yeah, he wants to do 2-story now.
Wow, just imagine the possibilities. Maybe one day we'll see a whole neighborhood of container homes in our own neck of the woods. When we come back, we'll go explore Punta Islita here in Costa Rica and see how one hotel's eco-friendly philosophy is having a big impact on the local community.
At the crossroads of an entire hemisphere is a land where the forces of nature have converged to create amazing new life forms and brilliant new ways of living. A land of astounding natural beauty and innovative people who are reshaping their lives with 21st century technology and a commitment to transform the future. Beauty beyond description, vision beyond expectation. Costa Rica, no artificial ingredients.